There was an issue that just happened here a few minutes ago, and I was going to talk about it on here. I started to write a post, and then I was like, this would actually be a good topic to talk about on a feed. Maybe you can get some people to interact with you and actually get live opinions of what's going on instead of looking at my notifications all day and trying to see if anybody has commented on the post. Well, let me go ahead and tell you what's going on. I see a few people have arrived. I have a new bully, and this has been going on for about a week now. It happens to be a trans man. There was a woman at my job, and her wife, who is, transitioning to be a man, wants to fight me. And, things ended up not working out at my job because of that. Hi, Jean. Because of the situation with that. She had threatened to fight me at work. And that got really weird and ended up, there's things going on with that. Hi, Babels. Hey. So there's things going on with that right now I can't really get into. But, yeah, she threatened me at work, and then now they've driven by my house. It just happened about 10 minutes ago. It was my former manager and her wife. They were driving by my house. I was getting ready to walk down to the store to get some soda, and they slowed down in front of my driveway to like a crawl, and were laughing at me and pointing. And so I flipped her off because it was ridiculous. And so they slowed down a little more and, flipping me back off. And they pulled into the little store down there where I was heading. So I was not going to stop walking down to the store. So I kept walking down to the store because I'm going to go get my due. I have to have my due. I get down to the store, and they're down there too, right? They have parked. So now they're both flipping me off, and she's all out of her window. She never got out of the car, but she's yelling out her window about how I'm a pussy and all of this and that, and a joke, and laughing at me. And, I don't remember everything she said. My adrenaline was up. Call the police, do not interact. Right. I mean, I know that's the right way to go. I don't really like the police, though, very much. And I don't like to get them involved in my business. And it's weird because I understand I'm not a violent person, but I'm also not afraid. You know what I mean? If you threaten me, my first thought isn't police. I can handle myself. This is weird, though, because this is a trans man, not even fully through the transition yet. So, just started. It's just a big woman at this point, really. I mean, I hate to say that, but when you're talking about something like getting ready to get in a fight with this person, it's a big woman. She's manly. And I respect her decision and right to be a man. But if it gets down to the point where I'm thinking about I may have to defend myself against this person, I'm evaluating the situation through the eye that that's a woman. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm not afraid, and I'm not going to go searching for a problem. I'm not going to call up the rest of my gang and go track her down. Am I wrong? Because in my mind, I think, okay, if this car stops and she gets out and she wants to fight me, that's a woman. Any other time, I would tell you that that's a man. So, what is it now? Like, I don't mean it. Don't twist that. But what is he now? Now that he wants to fight me, is he still a man? What exactly is the fight about? I really don't know, Gene. It happened at work. The first time it happened at work. And it was honestly the first time we had ever had a problem. I was friendly at work with the wife. The wife was my manager. And he was there, or she, sometimes it's a she even. She's just starting the transition, but she wants to be a man. She considers herself a man. So Tasia, I'll just use, well, I can't say her name. Oh, my God, I shouldn't have said that. But T, let's just say T, was up there, and I said something to C, who was my manager. C was my manager, and T didn't like it and told me that I better not be talking to his wife. Well, I was like, well, T, I was talking to your wife, and he told me fight me anywhere, anytime, whenever I wanted. So if she wants to act like a man and dress like one, she can get beat like one. Baba's is ruthless. She's brutal. She's honest. And, you know, part of me feels that way. I'm not going to lie. When I thought I was going to end up having a problem at the convenience store, I was about to go into my equal rights mode, you know? Seriously, this is getting ridiculous. I lost my job already over this. And now you want to drive by my house? I mean, at a certain point, what? I don't want to call the cop. I'm not going to. I'm not a tattletale. I don't handle my problems that way. So, what happens when she decides to stop and come over? It might be jealousy. Maybe she thought I was flirting with her wife. I joke around with everybody. If I'm going to talk to you and interact with you, I'm going to be sarcastic. That's just the way I am. So maybe she thought I was flirting with her wife. I don't know. I have no idea because I didn't say anything ignorant to her wife. You know, C was going outside to catch a customer because their car didn't go through. And I was just like, our customers are spoiled. And then T didn't like that. All right? So maybe he thought I was flirting with her. I don't know. But I know that when that car was slowing down and I was like, if they stop, is it a man? I need help with this, honestly. I want to know. Because what if I end up in a fight with this person? Am I fighting a woman or a man? Don't worry, I got you. I hear you, babes, but you know what I mean? Am I fighting a woman or a man? Somebody answer that question if you can. I want to treat this person like a man in every other situation in life. I'm even fine with them using the men's bathroom, even though she's not been through any transition. She dresses like a man, identifies as a man. That's a man to me. So if they start a fight, is it still a man? It's aggression no matter who. No, Gene, I'm not defending fighting. I don't go looking for fights. I'm not defending fighting at all, but I am defending yourself. If someone attacks you, I mean, yeah, you gotta stop them. You know, you can't always wait for the police. Let her hit first then. Oh, always. That was my father's rule when we were little. If you got in a fight, there were two rules. You got hit first, and you didn't lose. If you came home and said you got your ass beat, you were going back over to that kid's house. And, you know, I appreciate that, honestly. That was helpful in my life. But that's why I'm the way I am. You know, I'm not going to back down. Not in my own yard, especially. I will hold my ground. You get out of your car in my yard, what am I going to do, run inside and call the police? Hell no. It's a man then. Well, I know how Babos feels. I know that you don't. Okay, Kenny, you're fighting a woman in a man's body, which means fight just as hard against her as you would any man. Really? You know, I was gonna. Kenny, I'm honest. Be honest about it. I had already decided I was going into equal rights mode if she got out of the car. Or he. If he got out of the car, I had already decided I was in equal rights mode. I'm in my front yard. You know what I mean? If you're going to stop in my front yard, my kids are home, and try to, you know, mock me at my house, then what do? I mean, I was gonna punch him if he attacked me in my yard. I was gonna hit him, and I would have felt terrible afterwards because I've never hit a woman in my life. My father was abusive to my mother, and I am so against it. I would never hit a woman, but in any other situation, I'm treating this person like he's a man. So in this one, I'm supposed to treat him that way too if he attacks me? Only if he attacks me, guys. I'm not looking for fights. I'm not going to go find him. I'm not jumping in the car after this live stream to go look for T. I'm going to mind my business. But if he comes to my house or something like this happens again, it's a man. In this situation, and even a physical situation, it's still a man. You're calling her him. That's because his physical body is still a man's body. Yeah, I'm calling him him. Well, he's big. He's very big. He's built like a football player. I mean, he does have a man's body. And, you know, he identifies as a man. He acts like a man. So I grew up with abuse, too. I know you're not looking for a fight. It's a woman changing into a man. Okay, everybody's agreed. So it's a man. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. This was driving me nuts. Like at work, I ended up having to lose my job. You know, and then I'm at home now. I'm at my house. You're going to come to my house? So, yeah, I needed advice. I'm not going to go looking for trouble. Right now, I'm going to go back to gardening. But I'll be outside, and I'm going to hold my ground in my own yard. So, thanks for everybody's advice on this. I appreciate it. It helps me out a lot, actually. Thank you for coming by. Stop by tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the Yankee show. It is a tough call, Gene. It's an uncomfortable situation. Any physical altercation or position where you're in where you're going to have to defend yourself against another human being is always awkward and weird. But this is a new ground for me. I mean, I'm very open-minded. I'm very accepting. I want you to be happy, so I'm going to treat you how you want to be treated. This is a line that I didn't know I was ever going to have to deal with, though. So I needed advice. Thank you guys for coming by. I got great advice. I will see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for the Yankee show. Until then, thanks so much, guys, and share this if you want to. I appreciate you guys stopping by.